On a dark, chilly night, an old wooden boat leaves the shores of Bangladesh. With little food or water, a group of men crowd on board for the dangerous journey across the Indian Ocean. Leaving their families behind, they flee their villages in Burma, searching for a place where they can live in freedom. After drifting for weeks on the open sea, their hunger and thirst give way to fear. With no compass or map, their lives are in the hands of nature. They pray that the stars will steer them towards safety. Not all of them will survive. Those who do arrive to new shores carrying only the hopes that they have at last found a home where they're welcome. But these hopes too are often swept away. Burma's military-led government targets discrimination against the Rohingya. Banned from working most jobs, children are often the only breadwinners for their families. Human rights abuses against Rohingya communities include forced labor building Burmese army camps, arbitrary arrest and land confiscation. Their religious freedom is also restricted.
The situation in Arakanese means establishing the model village and confiscation of the land given to the model villages. Those model villages from the Myanmar side and calling the Buddhists from Bangladesh. And also confiscating the land and given to them. And also not allowed to go for fishing, to go to the forest to cut the bamboo and wood for their own purpose. Movement restriction is very, very high. I was detained 18 days and 3 times they harassed me, beaten. I found that there is no life security for me and then I left the country.
Nural Nisa's son was on his way to Malaysia when he was arrested. He's been in jail in Thailand for a year. She now begs for food in Bangladesh.
আমাদের একটা বুড়া মানুষ বিক্রি করতে গেলে একদিন গেলে আর দুদিন যাইতে পারি নাই মাঝে ভিক্ষা করতে গেলে আমি তো একদিন গেলে আর দুদিন যাইতে পারি নাই
Many disappear after paying traffickers to take them to other countries. Ramadulla's brother went missing after he left. Numar never heard from her husband after he paid traffickers to take him by boat from Bangladesh to Malaysia. In early 2009, Thai authorities arrested a group of Rohingya and held them on an island where they were beaten for days. The Thai military tied together 4 boats carrying more than 500 Rohingyas and forcibly towed them back to the open sea. Mornir was among the survivors. On his boat alone, 19 people died during the horrific journey.
এদিন 10টা 11টা বাজে বুটিয়ানোর মানুষজন লামাই বাদে বুটিয়ান লইদা সারগাম বুডরা আর কি গজে সাইরওয়ানোর মেশিন রসি নগর তেল পানি কিছু নদিয়ারে আরে বরি বাদে আরে থানিয়ারে 30 ঘন্টা 28 ঘন্টার ফতমান নি যাবে ফসিমিকা 30 ঘন্টার ফতন নি যায় তারপরে থাইল্যান্ডের একখান আছে দে গিয়া আর্মি আছে দে পুলিশ আছে দে ইয়ানে কি আর রসিগা হাড়ি দিয়ে রে এত কোনো মজা থাইল্যান্ড না যাবে ইয়ান আর্মির গান ইতারা যত রসি হাড়ি দি ফেলা ইতারা আর তুকুম বাদে হইতর দেখি আর মারি ফেলি বলা ইনে দিয়ান
More than 200,000 Rohingyas live in refugee camps and illegal settlements in Bangladesh. The majority of refugees are children, women and the elderly. Those living outside official camps cannot receive UNHCR support. They survive on low-paid jobs the Bengalis consider below them, an exploited cheap labour force with no protection against abuse. Rohingya communities in Bangladesh are viewed as the lowest social class and face the same kind of discrimination that forced them to flee Burma. Known as the Palestinians of the East, they have suffered for decades, in their homeland and in every place they've been denied sanctuary. Paying traffickers to smuggle them across borders risks arrest if they're discovered at checkpoints. Living in fear of arrest is part of a daily life for Rohingyas, running from police raids and hiding out in jungles. Mohammed Hussein's dreams for a new life were lost, along with his leg, amputated after becoming infected while he was running through the jungle. Nur Mohammed's mother disappeared after a broker took her to work in Bangkok. Throughout Asia, Rohingya families are torn apart. Children and women are left behind. Even marriages to other nationalities are not recognized. As long as their exodus continues, the Rohingya will not know a life of peace.
আদর করি থাকিব তোর পালে